Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit here. Real quick, the video you're watching right now is a re-upload of sorts. This show in particular that I reacted to would have been before I had access to things like Vimeo and my own website and stuff like that, which are tools I can use to avoid a lot of the copyright stuff that goes on here on YouTube. So this show in particular would have been a full-length timer-based reaction that I had on my channel, meaning that it didn't have any of the episode footage or anything like that to avoid obviously getting taken down by copyright. But now that I have these tools in place and everything like that, I can now actually re-upload the videos with the episode footage in them, so that those people who only have access to a singular device can actually enjoy the reactions as well. I said I would do this, and now I'm doing it for you guys, okay, so that you can watch those reactions as well. So yeah, it is a bit of old footage, like back when I had a different setup and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling, so yeah, enjoy. Hello everybody, SirMonkeySuit here, back again, and we are starting a brand new series today. This is Parasyte, and this is exclusive for all you lovely patrons who are $15 and up, at least until it goes out on YouTube, which will be, oh god, I don't even know how long, maybe like a couple months and a half, roughly somewhere around there. But yes, as it's airing, only you people who are $15 and up on Patreon will be able to watch it. So, I know pretty much nothing about this. I only know that the guy, this guy has fucking a weird thingy hand. I don't know what. I have no idea. It's strange. And that's it. That's all I know about it. So yeah, I really don't think there's anything else to say. I guess we'll just leave our thoughts for the end of the video, end of the first episode, I guess, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, then, without further ado, let's just get into Parasyte, shall we? Here we go, episode 1. Okay, episode 1. What the fuck? I'm quite intrigued because it's sort of an interesting take on on aliens, how they kind of come as how they start as sort of like pests, like little fucking little like worm thing creatures, and then burrow into something, take over the brain and stuff like that. And then essentially, so it's sort of an alien species that is not, because they don't have their own intelligence as a, when they're like this fucking weird worm thing, they only work off off instinct, like a bacteria or something would, where it's like, well, like as soon as they're born, which I guess is when they leave that sort of weird egg that looks like it looks like grass for some reason. When they leave that, I guess the only thing in their brain is like, right, find a brain. You know what I mean? I mean that little fucking worm thing will not have a brain anyway, but like that's basically its only goal. It's kind of like sperm. You know what I mean? So because that one got into Shinichi's arm, but he wouldn't allow it to to go any further than his arm. It matured in his arm, and that's it. So it's just stuck to his arm, and that's it. It was a fucking fast start. Immediately the first scene is something crazy. Fucking some guy, well, who I thought was some guy, turned out to be an alien, bit off that woman's head. And then proceeded to eat the daughter as well, I guess. And I like the opening as well. I'm just wondering what their motives are. Like, I get, like, you know, when it's a worm thing and it's got nothing to do but burrow inside something and take its brain. Like, I get that, right? Okay, fair enough. I guess because it doesn't possess any empathy, which is what then, I guess, I don't know what it is then. What's their main goal? I mean, like, is there a possible hive mind kind of deal going on? I feel like it could be, because the alien that's in Shinichi's arm can sense its own kind and can sense, like, what it's about to do. So it was like, you could sense that it wanted to kill Shinichi. So I feel like there might be like a sort of hive mind thing going on. You know what I mean? Because generally when you're talking about insects and stuff, that kind of, like, a hive mind is something that's fairly prevalent in insects and stuff. So, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what it is. That's why it doesn't have a name yet, does it? But that's why it can sense others and its own kind. I love the little signs, like, about what it's trying to do before it, like, it even explained it with the one that's in Shinichi's arm, like how the aliens are, like, trying to pick up information and stuff. And, like, it's like, that's the, see, this is why, like, I think, I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know if these are, like, if there is actually, like, higher intelligence aliens and they sent these into the world so that this higher alien species can learn about humanity and stuff. Because I'm just finding it weird how, like, that's how they decide to do it. Like, that's how they decide to, like, what they decide to do as soon as they've taken over, like, a human body is immediately go to learn stuff. It could just be a general alien species that's just trying to take over a world. Like, that's what they do, is just kind of go around and fucking take over, like, worlds by, you know, basically going in, taking over the host's brain and stuff, until, like, they get through the whole world. I guess they could just do that as well. But I do like the idea that there's, like, sort of more intelligent, like, a more intelligent life form or species that send these things in to learn about the species. But yeah, like, you saw it with, like, the first guy who bit the woman's head off. He was looking at the TV and stuff, and he was copying them and stuff, and tried to learn. And clearly their brain doesn't work the same way. Like, they can just kind of skim through information and it sort of just gets stored. I guess, like, it's just, I guess it's not something that they have to, I don't know if they forget or something like that, maybe, I don't know. But yeah. But it does have a mind of its own when it matures. The one that was in Shinichi said that it ate his hand, so I'm guessing the ones that go into the brain just eat the brain, and then sort of replace it with their own. I guess that's what it is. Like, the whole human body would just end up being, or whatever they take over would just be sort of like a, essentially, like, just like a tool or a carcass or something, like, you know, to make them blend in, essentially. But yeah. I'd say, like, for the ones that, like, end up eating the brain, then it just becomes, like, a singularity again. But for Shinichi, because it's essentially how the alien itself was saying how they need to, like, coexist, and and cooperate that way. Kind of like, you know, it's almost like there's two things there. There's now two things that he needs to essentially eat for. That's why he's eating more. And also, I'm not sure if, because it almost seems like this alien that's in Shinichi can sort of still use all of Shinichi's body, but he's only like he can only be physical like with his arm, but it seems like he can use the rest of his body. Like, I don't know. I'm just wondering if Shinichi can almost like, if because this alien is inside him, does he pick up some emotional, like, does both their brains coexist? Like, so they can talk? Could they like talk to each other without actually saying anything? Like, could they do that? Because I'm wondering like how. I mean, I guess it could have just been the fact that like Shinichi had this weird fucking. He has this weird hand thing, so now like a little spider doesn't. It's like, you know, it could just be that. The reason why he managed to pick it up and just throw it away, even though he's scared of bugs and stuff. But I was wondering if it was more along the lines of like, oh, it was because he has this alien inside of him now, where, you know, and that guy's in the alien's brain, I guess. That's nothing to be afraid of, I guess. I don't know. I'm still kind of working out what it all means. But yeah. I don't think these aliens can be public knowledge. I'm pretty sure they're not. Which is why I was like, when the fucking dog is flying around, it's like, luckily nobody's seeing that shit. Because definitely fucking questions will be asked if fucking you're seeing that shit happen. But yeah, I guess this is a horror / action. Then I guess like. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how the alien that's in Shinichi like acts to all of this, because if it starts becoming a sort of a thing where Shinichi is the one hunting down other aliens, I wonder how the alien that's in Shinichi's armor will act like because of that. You know what I mean? It makes me think that the aliens themselves, even though technically like they're the same species and stuff, don't have any. I guess it goes with the empathy thing. They don't care for their own kind. They kind of just are sort of left to fend for themselves and be like individual, I guess. A lot like sperm. Survival of the fittest, probably all the way. I could see that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I want to learn more about this shit. I want to. Okay. Well, that is all then. That is all. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well then. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. So, yes, that is all.